Aprub na gabi po sa inyong lahat, mga kaibigan. Ako si Elaine Fuentes at inaaniyahan ko po kayong samahan niyo kaming muli at tulungan kayo. Sama-sama nating tuklasin ang mga pamaraan tungo sa mga palatuntunan, proyekto, programa ng gobyerno, maging ng mga pribadong ahensya at organisasyon na sadyang ginawa para sa ating kapakinabangan. Ibahagi naman ng inyong reaksyon at session sa ating email, fan page na naka-flash po ngayon sa inyong mga screens. Makilawak na kaibigan dahil ito'y programang para sa inyo. Dito walang alinlangan dahil dito tuturo namin ang mga pamamaraan. Ito ang Aprub. Gawin natin to. Sisimulan ko ang programang ito sa pamamagitan ng isang tanong. Ano ang Arnis? Alam mo ba kung saan nanggaling ang Arnis? Alam mo bang ang Arnis ay isa sa mga pinakamatatandang form of martial arts? At the same time, ito rin ay nagkukwento ng isang kultura. Ang kulturang ito ay kulturang Pilipino. Merong isang organisasyon, Arnis Philippines Incorporated, na ang layunin ay i-promote ang Arnis bilang taal na Pilipino. Hindi lamang dito sa Pilipinas, kundi sa ibang bansa. Ano ba ang mga benefits ng Arnis? Ito ba ay violent? Ito ba ay mayroong health benefits? Yan ang ating tatalakayin ngayon sa ating mga kasama, bisita dito sa ating tahanan. Kaya huwag kayong aalis, magbabalik ang Aprub. Dahil summer ngayon, uso ang halo-halo. Ang halo-halo, maraming ingredients, pero pagka kinain mo, masarap siyang kainin. Ganon din ang topic natin for today because we are going to talk about a little about sports, a little about culture, a little about the youth, a little about the not-so-young ones. And panahon ngayon ng palarong pambansa. So timely ang ating pag-uusapan ngayon. Ang Arnis. Sa mga Hollywood movies, na-feature na ito kasi magandang sports ito, magandang self-defense, magandang arts ito. Pero don't let me talk about it. Ang ating guest for today ay ang Arnis Philippines Incorporated in the person of its president, si Mr. Raymond S. Villayo. Mr. Raymond, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening too.
Excited ako dito sa Arnis kasi Arnis is something that we can really call our own.
Yes.
Okay. Ito yung pwede nating pangtapat doon sa mga sports tournament sa Asia and then for the world.
Yes, it has the potential.
Right.
Since we have more than 200 countries practicing this as a self-defense.
Right.
Or even as a fitness program.
Fitness program,
Yes.
as a sports.
Yes.
Because it entails skill.
Yes, it takes skill.
Okay. Ngayon, medyo para maging mas interesado ang ating mga viewers, dun tayo sa self-defense. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, ang origin nito is because of the need for self-defense kasi it dates back to even before the Spanish came here.
Yes, that's true. In history, in the 15th century, even when the discovery of the Philippines, Pigafetta, the chronicler of Magellan,
So,
noted
1521,
that the Filipinos were brandishing this kind of form of martial arts which they show to the foreigners. And that's what we even use for defending our integrity in our country.
Right. May mga warriors tayo, Arnis warriors even before.
Yes. Yes, even before we were a whole country kasi we are divided into regions, islands, and na-develop yung Arnis. For each island, they had a different kind of Arnis because iba rin yung implementing tools that they use.
Right.
Usually, even for farming tools, ginagamit yan for martial arts.
Kasi it's handy, no? You have a stick, you have the skill, you have Arnis.
Yes, but it didn't start with that.
Okay.
Sticks was a forerunner during the Spanish era. Yung binawal na yan. Kasi parang gun ban. No? At you would notice that most of the forts of or the strongholds of the Spaniards when they came here, where they have pueblos lang and they had forts. But the rest of the other countries, outside of those pueblos, were far flung from the forts. During that time, in 1500, ginagamit na talaga yan for defending their respective islands among each other. Kaya may mga tribal wars.
Right.
But we use that, of course, to preserve our itong security ng kanilang respective regions
right.
and islands.
It's part of our defense arsenal before.
Yes.
Okay. Now, sabi ko, interesado ako. Sabi ko, may culture na involved dito. Kung mahilig kayo sa movies, mahilig kayo sa books, mahilig kayo sa history, sa Japan, meron silang tinatawag na samurai. And the skill is passed on from generation to generation. And there's a special, ang tawag dito, hindi man privilege, but there's a certain identity pagka ikaw ay pinamanahan ng skill na yon. And dito sa Pilipinas, ito yung somehow it's a counterpart of
Yes,
of the
we call
samurai.
them right now pagka pinasa yung mga ganon when you advance, no? They call them masters, no. Pero dito sa local we call them lakan for the male and lakambini para
For
sa
the
mga female, no.
Right.
That's the modern counterpart of the black belts that we've established.
Okay.
And the foreigners learned these words from us, no.
Yes. Oo narinig ko even in California when they have tournaments, narinig ko yung lakan tsaka lakambini, and it was a Caucasian male making the announcement na yung pagkakabanggit niya doon parang sanay na sanay siya sabihin because
Yes.
it is how it is called now.
Yes, alam mo, a lot of may kababayan, especially those who practice Arnis, no? Medyo, I was very controversial because when I was promoting it, kala nila mawawala yung identity natin. They always call it Philippine martial arts, Philippine. But I started to question because, when you have something that you would like to be perpetuate, you have to surrender it to the world, no?
Yes.
And once you becomes international, global, medyo alisin mo yung Philippine kasi when you say judo, you don't say judo from Japan.
Correct.
Taekwondo from Korea.
Oo.
It's obvious,
Right.
no? And of course, you would find out right now, even for wushu, kung fu, I have a different perspective. And that was my dream. Tingnan mo, yung mga nanalo sa wushu, Pilipino. Korea, yung Taekwondo, you got Congressman Monsur de Rosario.
Right.
Champion yan. And then we still continue to have champions that are Filipinos, no? Even in karate-do,
Right.
which is Japanese as well.
Right. And we can even go as far back as Bruce Lee. The only person who was documented to have beaten Bruce Lee is a Filipino.
Actually, barkada yun. It's not, you're talking about most probably Dan Inosanto.
No, I'm talking about Trubador Ramos.
Trubador Ramos.
Yes.
I'm not sure about that. I
Okay,
can't
it was
say
documented. It was documented, and he was, because of his prowess in the arts, ay kinuha siya ni Bruce Lee as one of the villains sa kanyang mga movies. Pero the point here being, somehow the Filipinos excel.
We do. Just imagine with meager resources. Yes. I'm saying this at
Pakiulit
point
mo
of view
yan,
of the
sir.
Olympic Committee.
Yes,
With
yes.
meager resources.
I was going to go there,
nakikita
yes,
mo,
yes.
diba?
Walang suporta.
Yes, kulang tayo. I think personally, I think government should work with the local National Olympic Committee here so that maayos yan. We have agencies, I believe, should not have existed at all.
Right.
Kasi why reinvent the wheel?
Why fix something that is not broken? You just have to improve it a little.
When things are tested in other countries, we have so many laws
Right.
here in the country.
Right.
Well, but we don't move on because
Right.
too much talk.
Too much of the bad stuff.
Yes,
Okay.
oo.
So you mentioned the government, and then you mentioned that you are part of the Philippine Olympic Committee,
Yes, which is private.
I was
Yes,
going to emphasize na private siya. Kanina, sinabi ni Sir yun, marami kasing mga nag-akala na Philippine Olympic Committee, akala nila under the government or an agency of the government. Actually, it's not. It's a
Yes, that's
private entity.
Yes, it's under the International Olympic Committee.
Right.
You know, the reason there is quite obvious. The Olympics was invented in times of peace. Pag wala magawa yung after the wars, so they invented something. So just like most of the sports that were involved in the Olympics when it started, they're all martial arts. They were used for military.
Right.
Like even track and field.
Right. Kasi kapag walang war, o doon nila ilalagay yung
Doon na lang
kumbaga
sila,
practice.
may friendly competition.
Yes,
Di
yes.
ba? So there are friendship village.
Right.
Maganda yan. It's supposed to promote peace.
Right.
And instead of war.
Okay. But as it is right now, because of, siguro dahil archipelagic tayo, or because of the mindset, or because of the hundred some years na tayo sinakop ng mga conquistadores, it's a lot of things. But we have to do what we can in our little corner of the world. And in this particular episode of Aprub, we are talking about the little corner called Arnis. There was a need, obviously, na magkaroon ng isang formal na asosasyon, organisasyon, just to look at how Arnis is faring in the Philippines. And I subscribe to your opinion, sir, na, pagka meron kang gustong i-promote sa buong mundo, hindi mo aangkinin, sa Philippine lang, parang masyadong atin na atin. Pagka sinabi mo kasing Arnis, obvious atin yon. Pag sinabi mong judo, obvious Japan yun. Hindi mo sabihin Japanese judo. There's only one kind of judo and it's Japanese in nature.
That's true.
Tapos sa taekwondo, alam na rin natin, it's Korean. Okay, pag sinabi mo, hindi mo sabihin Korean taekwondo. Hindi, no? Taekwondo. Obviously, parang parang ang babaeng si Rowena. Alam na nating babae yan.
Babae yan.
Rowena lang pangalan. Okay. Alright. Now, in 1986, July 11,
That's where the Arnis Philippines was founded.
okay, how was it founded?
It was founded by people who were had these advocates and practitioners at that time.
Right.
We had the Roland Dantes there, Rolando Pintoy in real life. He was an actor. He appeared in movies wherein they used Arnis. And then a lot of other concerned individuals, mga masters, grandmasters right now. Then, grandmasters na yun. I was the youngest at that time. And it was a foolish question of how come dito nasasali as a sport? Right. Remember, it is first a martial art.
Right.
Then, the dream of making it into a sport and a lot of people to play it, you have to incorporate certain safeties. I had experience in other martial arts, other disciplines in the Olympics. That's why sabi ko, I'd rather share it. So, then, 1986, Arnis Philippines was born with the objective of promoting Arnis worldwide, both as a martial art and sport at the same time.
Dugtong ko lang. And culture.
And what?
Culture.
Yes. I'm sorry. That's true. I always talk about the three facets.
Yes.
That's including the culture because we have to promote it as part of our culture. In fact, kung masusunod yung gusto ko, just like what Wushu did, I would never have the world tournaments outside of our country. China did it that way, so it was able to popularize, and that's my dream too. Kung masusunod ako, I'm talking about the other countries, if they agree, we do have all the world championships in our country so that we can promote our provinces, yung mga industries there.
Well, that's how Thailand also did it with their martial arts. Doon muna, kaya nga nagkaroon ng mga private fight clubs, doon muna sa kanila. Ngayon lang parang lumalabas yan kasi nga nagkaroon ng
you can have
mixed
yung
martial
other
arts.
minor, or not really, big tournaments, but not as big as a world tournament.
It's also a tool to promote our country. After all, it is our culture.
That's what they did.
Okay.
Kaya nga there are towns in those areas that have been developed because of that. Tourism, importante.
That's true.
In fact, right now, a lot of people come here. Alam mo, mahilig sila sa Orientals. So, yung mga, minsan nga, yung din maka-straight English, gusto nga nila yan. Just like when you learn judo or taekwondo, pag original, hindi naman straight English yan. Hindi naman sila, they'll talk to you, parang do this, do that.
Right,
diba?
right.
And
at kasama yun sa identity.
Yes.
Noong discipline. I was talking before, a long time ago, probably about 15, 20 years ago, ang tawag niya sa Arnis, it should be developed as a discipline. You walk the talk. It's not just about when you hold your stick. You are an Arnis
That is why we have an
practitioner.
organization
Yes.
to preserve it and to establish the balik sa dati. Kasi nawala na yung mano system. So we have that mano system in Arnis.
Okay.
We got the Filipino pagpupugay sa bawat, and the respect for the elders.
Right.
That's why we established the
I
Lakan.
like that so much, the respect for the elders.
Yes, very important yan kasi yan ang nawawala sa culture natin. We've
That's
been
true.
too westernized
That's
na
true.
nawala na yung we're
Masyadong casual.
co-equal, casual. There should be respect for the elders.
I know. Since we're talking about this, and I want to reach out to the young ones also, kasi ako naniniwala ako na pag sinimula natin ang young ones, mai-imbibe nila the whole thing because they're just still growing up. Nanonood ng Kung Fu Panda. Di ba? It's funny. I know it's funny,
I like
but you
that.
have to look beyond, yung mga cartoon characters na yan because there's a certain principle na
Na lesson to
ipinapractice
be
doon.
learned.
Yes. At saka doon ang tawag nila, ano yung pangalan nung yung maliit
Yung
na?
Sifu?
Si Sifu,
Kanila.
si Sensei. At
Sensei.
ang lingit-lingit nun na ang lalaki ng mga tinuruan niya, mga lethal fighters na rin, but the respect is there. Because it's part of it. It's not because you became good, you are better than who taught you.
May kasabihan tayo sa Pilipino, tatanda ka rin.
Yeah.
So ibig sabihin ko, when they challenge, yung mga kabataan ngayon, they challenge their masters. And that's not good because when they learn from their masters, tumatanda yan.
Right.
Reflexes are kasi siyempre kakayanin yung in due time.
It's not a
Pacquiao,
level
maybe
playing field
50 years
anymore.
from now,
I know.
kakayanin mo na.
Exactly.
Di ba? But that's not respect.
Hindi ganun yun.
Hindi ganun yun.
Okay, and this is one of the prime principles na isinusulong ng
Yes,
Arnis
yes.
Philippines. Okay. Now, Arnis Philippines, you told me the vision already, and in a way you told me the mission, I'm sorry.
Yes.
So we are now going to talk about what we want to promote right here, right now.
Well, we're promoting it both in so many aspects. National, we've involved it in the barangays para magamit for peacekeeping. We want this also as fitness program. Parang katulad ng mga iba, Zumba, no? We've incorporated that, no, in so many programs. And we like an active participation also of women. Kasi bagay ito sa mga babae. It's an object without nerve. And you've got certain paraphernalias which you can use as Arnis.
Right.
Whatever you carry, like
An umbrella.
umbrellas, di ba? Yeah, so,
Yes.
and a lot of other things. No? So, instead of, it used to be the swords and the daggers.
Right.
Na yung kaninang history natin, naputol tayo ng konti doon.
Right.
Bakit naging stick? Kasi binawal yon. But we learned to survive. But at that time na binawal yon, uso naman yung baston, ay yung cane.
Tungkod.
Tungkod, no? So, in the tungkod, meron silang, either they can use that, or
Right.
meron silang sword doon, like Jose Rizal.
Right.
And some of our heroes who were very well versed in either the European form of fencing or our very own, na incorporate
You know,
siya.
ang lalim na nung napag-usapan natin because it also speaks of the resiliency and the ingenuity of the Filipino. Binawal yung sword, stick. Yung iba na mas daring, stick siya sa labas pero may sword sa
May
loob.
sword sa loob.
But the thing is, the thing that stays ay yung skill
Yes.
on how to use
In fact,
it.
we still train. Do you know our history natin? Most of yung mga warriors of the world, the military, especially the US, we have Subic and Clark. They train here, kahit yung mga Balikatan forces. They still learn Arnis. We send instructors for them to learn hand-to-hand combat, survival techniques.
Right.
Sa atin po yan na pag-aaralan.
Right.
National champion
Right.
in way back in the first tournament of Arnis Philippines in 1986
Okay.
at Ninoy Aquino
Right.
Stadium.
You know, pag tinignan mo si Senator Zubiri, medyo tumaba na siya ng konti. And of course, because of the nature of his job now, tignan mo medyo, medyo lax na siya. Pero he did a demonstration, na-challenge siya sa isa sa mga speaking engagements niya. Na-challenge siya. He did very well. Sabi niya, kulang ako sa practice, kulang ako sa fitness, pero the way that he was moving, you know that he was skilled.
Parang ako yun.
Ganon?
No practice. No practice.
Kulang sa practice. Pero kasi may sinusulong kay iba. Ito na yung sensei level. Now, when we come back, mga kaibigan, we are going to talk about, since 1986, what has Arnis Philippines done so far. And later on, we're going to talk about what it plans to do next. Yung mga magulang dyan, yung mga kabataan dyan, alam ko, bakasyon, nanonood kayo ngayon, mga anak at mga pamangkin. You have to listen to this. This is Filipino. When you are branded as an Arnis fighter, do you say Arnis fighter?
Yes.
Okay. An Arnis fighter or an Arnis expert, it automatically speaks about the Philippines and about the Filipino. Pag-usapan natin yan, pagbabalik ng Aprub. We are back. Ang ating pong guest for today ay ang Arnis Philippines Incorporated in the person of its president, si Mr. Raymond S. Velaya. So Raymond, bigyan mo nga ako ng sneak peek of how it's like in the Arnis world, okay? Ano yung core strength na dinidevelop when you study Arnis?
Well, initially, we're very unique kasi when we carry object without nerves like the stick, no? For some martial artists, it's not so, accepted even for some systems of martial arts because we use a lot of the wrist movements in applying it.
In doing it, yes.
Pero it's so artistic and it's so practical. Unlike other martial arts, sinabi nila, no, that's according to some who followed Arnis. Even in the movies, kaya naging popular. It's so practical, down to earth, and then it can be used. And word is, it is used in actual combat. It is practical.
Okay.
Kaya, and when it comes to knives, swords, makikita mo yan. Almost all films ngayon, makikita mo na. 300, lahat ng arnisador, practitioners yan. From Bruce Lee introducing it, no? So marami ng yung mano-mano.
Right.
So many actors I could not
Kasi 'di ba Sir Ray, merong mga martial arts na I forgot what it is yung doctrine nila is to use the opponent's strength against them.
That's
May mga
judo.
ganun. Dito sa atin, ano yung pwedeng pagkakilala?
Both. When you say that Oriental system, that's divided into the ones that popularizes yung mas nakilala, well, nauna dyan, judo So they use the strength of the opponent. That's the Oriental system, nakilala tayo doon. But they also have the Japanese, which is force against force, no, which is Occidental. So yung ganon, when that system going with the force, and it's both.
Okay.
In Arnis, both philosophy yan can be utilized.
Okay.
Now, if you are someone who would like to use yung force of the guns, most probably you would think that when you are losing strength, you're going to use your opponent's strength.
Okay.
And you can still effectively
So depende
do it.
sa applicability.
Yeah.
Okay. So
even if you're strong, when you fight with 2 or 3 more,
Right.
it's not one-on-one, di ba?
Correct.
In real combat.
Correct.
And you cannot say time out.
That's
di ba? Sabi, time out, papahinga muna ako.
correct.
No?
Kapag kahit gaano ka kalakas, pagka nakasalubong ka ng mas malakas sa'yo, wala rin yung lakas mo.
Yes. So you got to learn how to utilize depending on your potential at that moment.
Okay.
Kasi you're not always 100% fit.
Right. Depende sa
O may sakit
conforme.
ka na. So conforme ka. Then you can apply a technique
Okay.
which would fit that particular system. So marami kang nalalaman na uso na ngayon mixed martial arts.
Right,
diba?
right.
But this is with weaponry. no?
Yes. But when mixed martial arts ganyan, na-preserve din, no, in fairness to them, like Muay Thai and Taekwondo and Judo, na-preserve nila yung mga terminologies na ginagamit nila if you really study doon sa authentic na nagtuturo talaga ng mga skills na nabanggit
Yeah.
natin. They have terminologies that are specifically and exclusive to the particular
meron.
skill set. Tayo rin meron. Bigyan
Even
mo
yung
nga
mga
ako ng
technique.
sample, sir.
Kalimitan kasi, alam mo, Pilipino pa rin ng Chabacano, di ba?
Yes.
Alam mo, most of the terminologies that been used and accepted in almost all islands na lang natin para masabi, are in Spanish.
Okay.
Kaya yung abanico technique, which is a fan technique, no?
Right.
So, banda ibanda. So,
Sparring.
Okay. Tag nito, yung largo, corto, no,
Okay.
mga. So, they use all of these terminologies which are in Spanish. But you cannot blame. That was when it was being recorded. And at that time, it was more what we have as modern time Arnis now is what we see, what we had in the 15th century. And most of the warriors naman ng Spanish were not the Spaniards. We were Filipinos versus the Filipinos.
Right, they were just
More of
under
the soldiers,
auspices of the Spanish.
Soldados,
Yes.
mga soldados were Filipinos.
Right.
Sila yung
Just
maharap.
trained and
they were trained.
adapted by the Spanish. Okay. Pero kanina may mga sinasabi ka like yung katumbas sa Japanese ng kata.
Yung kata, anyo.
Kata, I'm sorry.
Sa iba tawag nila sayaw.
Okay.
Pero we generalize the term para masana, isa na lang tawag, anyo.
Anyo. And in
then
English, that's form.
Yung courtesy o yung bow
Okay.
is pugay.
Okay.
So,
Oo, kasi di ba before
may
you start,
papugay.
di ba magbabaw muna.
Magpupugay
Dito
ka.
meron din tayong ganun.
Meron ganon.
Okay.
Tsaka, marami tayong terminology that we use in tournaments. Katulad sa mga tournaments sa mga Japanese or hajime, get ready, no? Di ba? So, to start, we have the, ganun din, handa, laban. So, these foreigners are also learning this terminology in officiating the sport.
All right. To professionalize it, dapat kasi standardized.
Standardized. Everything is standardized.
Okay. Para nagkakaintindihan tayo.
Worldwide, worldwide is standardized. That's the job of Arnis Philippines.
Okay.
And we are members of the International Federation, wherein all of these countries are already there.
Okay. Ngayon, when we talk about Arnis, kailangan natin bigyan ng clear definition to separate it and to make it unique from all the other practices. So pag Arnis ba, automatic you have to be holding something in your hand?
Ganito, no? Ang Arnis, umaabot yan kahit empty hand.
Okay.
But we are the only martial art that starts with the weaponry and then pabaliktad, pwedeng wala.
Wala. Oh, okay.
Kaya tayo, na shortcut natin, we get nauso na yung 3-in-1, di ba? 3-in-1 na ito.
Yes, yes.
So may 3-in-1, may fitness ka pa sa third. So, you've learned it, may weaponry. Kasi yung iba, weaponry comes after.
Right.
Ito, weaponry muna, tapos baliktad ka. You go backward.
Pag wala ka ng weapon.
Pag wala ka ng weapon, you can still use it. In fact, maybe disarming ka. So, in my experience, we had the most number of disarming techniques worldwide.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Kanina, we did the demonstration and you're gonna see that also, mga kaibigan. Kasi, as in any skill, meron siyang particular, anong tawag dito? Mga moves.
Yes.
Na-standardize na ba ng Arnis, ang mga Arnis moves?
We have basic accepted fundamentals lang.
Okay.
Because for so many techniques around the country, no? We have to create a fundamental lang, which is the entry point. Ibig sabihin ko, yung pag-uumpisa lang. But the advanced techniques, parang school, pagdating mo ng college, yung saan mo gusto mag-aral ng special skills,
Ikaw na yon.
mamimili ka sa mga masters mo. Kasi may mga islands tayo, may mga lugar na particular sila sa isang system. There are techniques accepted in Luzon, hindi nila accepted in Visayas and Mindanao. Okay. Kasi iba ang kanilang moves, iba ang kanilang weapons, at saka iba yung kanilang techniques that they use. So, hindi sila magtutugma, kaya kailangan may standard. But sa standard teaching, may tidbits ka na ng lahat nun. So,
The basic.
the basics lang.
Okay.
So, you learn the basics of each. Bahala ka na mag-explore yung specialty nun. Like, abanico techniques is popularized by the Cebuanos. Very particular yun. So, nakapag-aral yung iba. Pero yung expertise nila, wala silang ginagawa kung di yun lang in all kinds of attacks and defense. It's so nice to see, diba? That they only use this abanico techniques. They can use for every attack.
Okay.
So,
Kasi yun yung na-develop nila doon sa kanilang area.
Yes.
Okay, although it's still part of the Arnis family.
It is the same history in other martial arts. Judo, taekwondo,
Yeah.
it's a conglomeration. So they make a basic of everything. Pero in specialty, you go to the special masters.
What
that are
you
there.
want.
Yes.
And what you need.
Kung yung gusto mo. Kasi you feel mas na-impress ka sa ganon. Like for judo, for example, yung gusto mo yung throwing, hindi mo gusto yung grappling, may bone breaking. Same here, you can also do throwing with sticks.
Right.
Bone breaking with sticks and choking with sticks.
Right.
So, may mga masters that specialize in this skill or mga groups, mas mabuti pa yung groups, that made it into a discipline. So, yun ang importante.
Doon sila nag-specialize. Ganun
Doon sila
lang yun.
nag-specialize. Wala silang gagawin. Those are what we call purists.
Okay.
But right now, in our world, noong araw yan na inabot ko, kaya hindi sila nag-uusap. And they were threatened. Actually, when seeing then a very young guy.
Right.
And then
Coming
they were
in.
challenged. He's creating a technique. Agawan tayo. No. I was establishing the rules and regulations para maging sport.
To pull together everyone, actually.
Yes, in a way.
Okay.
In order to pull them together, it's not the martial arts that will pull them together. Because magkaaway martial arts yan.
Right.
They get hurt.
Right.
So you put
The mere nature of the
Oo.
practice.
So, I'm
Away
better
talaga
than
yan.
you.
Yes,
So, ang
yes.
ginawa ko was sport.
Right.
No one gets hurt.
Right.
I think we have very minimal in this. injuries compared to the other martial arts.
Right.
We're research on that
And then
very well.
the interesting thing about here is off-cam, we were discussing it. Sabi ko, I've always been interested in Arnis kasi in UP, no, when we go walking or jogging, may nagpa-practice yun ng Arnis sometimes on his own,
Maraming
sometimes
groups
dalawa, sometimes grupo sila, sometimes it's almost like a class. And pagka tinuturuan pa lang, when the movements are still slow, para siyang sayaw. There's a certain grace to it, you know,
Yes.
yung sway ng stick, and even without the sticks first kasi ituturo muna yung mga movements. 1986, it was Arnis Philippines was formally introduced to the Philippine Society, the organization I'm talking about, of course. It's been, 31 years now?
Yes.
And meron na tayong mga nabuo na may mga tournaments na tayo.
Yes, yearly, since the 86. Kaya nga sabi ko, Miguel Subiri, then a student
Right.
of LaSalle, no? Was just a student then. No? So, he became champion in his division. Kasi by weight na ito. So, since then, we have a regular national tournament. So, 86, for 31 years, we have one national every year.
Okay.
So, ngayon, like right now, ang hirap ko kumuha ng instructors because hindi mahirap. Nagkataon lang because I think your notice came in short, no?
Right.
So, I was banking on, they're all in Palarong Pambansa. One is in Capiz, they have a national national invitation doon. I encourage all the representations of Arnis to have their tournaments everywhere. So, ang hirap mag-monitor ng activity.
Yeah. Pero hindi...
We have a barangay program, isa pa yun.
Okay.
So,
Do we coordinate with the DepEd also?
Oh, yes, of course. By law, they have to coordinate
Include
with
it.
us.
Yeah.
And they have to include it.
Right.
In fact, in the law itself, which I'm privy to because I started the campaign
Right.
way back in 19...
So, ikaw pala yung naglabi nun,
Yes, I did. Akala nga ng ibang tao na they can just do without the Arnis Philippines.
Right.
Some even
Di pala pwede
lawmakers,
yun.
some lawmakers think that they can just insert things.
Right. Parang
there in the
dekorasyon
law.
lang pala yun, oo, hindi
because
pala.
I made the first draft.
Okay.
And it's still the same up to now.
Okay. So, they have to.
It is an education bill. Hindi nga malaman.
Sa
Minsan,
mga
lawmakers,
PE.
di manood that eh.
Sa mga PE, kasama dapat yan sa pipilian ng mga estudyante.
It's not an elective thing.
But we can do that kasi yung mga kabataan, it's because
It's a part of the K-12 ngayon, in the program.
It is now.
And then, as a physical education, everyone must learn Arnis. The law itself, RA 9850 states so.
Alright.
So, in the
So,
Palarong
it's a
Pambansa, it must be...
requirement. It's a requirement.
It's a requirement by law.
Okay.
Now, the implementation, no? Tag nito, it started in, it's an education, as I told you, it really depends on the, on the Philippine Sports Commission to finalize the,
IRRs.
IRR. Because matagal sila kumilos.
I know.
I've been pushing for them.
31 years na.
Yes.
Arnis Philippines.
Pero yung law
Parang,
was in 2009.
Yes, I know. Sa Japan, wherever you go,
yes,
pag sinabi mong judo, alam ng maliit na bata na yan ay galing sa Japan.
Kasi
Even in
marami kasing
Korea.
pangalan ng Arnis before. I had to prove to the Senate and Congress that gawing isang pangalan na lang yan.
Okay, but we have already succeeded in doing that.
Yes, we did.
So we go to the next steps.
Yes, the next step is the IRR, no? Para mas lalong ma-push through yung promotion ng Arnis as a sport and a martial art in the country.
Na-operationalize.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And speaking of more plans and the next steps, ano ang gagawin natin na ipasok na natin yan sa ating batas? Meron na ring mga talks regarding our partners, particularly DepEd and then the Philippine
Every year meron na since
Commission,
2010.
Sports Commission, yes. But Arnis Philippines Incorporated is not stopping there. Anong plano nila for the next, let's say, 10 years?
No, in this year, we have an international tournament. No?
Okay.
So, it's in this July.
Okay.
July. So,
Around the corner na lang yan.
around the corner na yan.
Okay.
So, I've been asked this question, bakit I did not do it before? It took so long a time. No? Yun in the backyard. Sa akin ko naman, I'd like to, the local organizations to have, kasi each group has its own affiliates abroad. Each club or discipline has its own. So they put up their own international. Okay yun. I was hoping a dominant group will come in with the basics and everything. Wala nangyari. So sabi ko, okay, the impatience there. Now, you want to now say, okay, we want to unite and we're gonna cooperate. Ang hirap kasi. Unlike other sports, ang Filipino sport, yung ugali ng Filipino, pinapasok natin doon.
Right.
If it were a foreign sport, we follow the rules of the foreign. But it's part of the input. I don't get impatient. That's part of the input that I put, and I'm not frustrated. I just don't bother too much with people who may comments, no? Basta I still go on. Kasi that's, if you will be frustrated in anything pag you listen to every
Well, you get
dog that
frustrated on a
barks.
daily basis, but the trick is, does it overcome you? Does it rule you? And speaking of establishing a firmer foothold for Arnis here in the Philippines, we are going to talk about what's going to happen next. Let's talk more about this international event for Arnis, but we have to take a short break. Magbabalik po ang Aprub.